Hey guys, we're back with another video on boot fitting tips. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'm going to break down to you the difference between a stock insole and an aftermarket insole, and why most people actually need one of these versus what comes with their snowboard boot. One of the big things you should know about snowboard boot fitting is that only about 1% of the snowboarding population can actually just put a boot on right off the shelf and go out and ride and not have issues. Almost everyone out there that is snowboarding is either in an improperly fitted boot or something that could be tweaked to make their enjoyment of snowboarding better. Now, the big thing is stock insoles. These things are fucking jokes. Just huge friggin' jokes. They give you no arch support. These cost the brand about 5 cents to make, and they're an afterthought. This is not what you want supporting your foot. I mean, look at that. There is nothing in there being able to just hold your foot in, keep you locked down, give you that support you need. Basically, when your foot is in here, it's collapsing on top of this. I mean, if my finger can collapse this arch, what's it gonna say when you're putting 100+ pounds of pressure down on it? Yeah. Stock insoles, fucking garbage. Throw them out. Get some aftermarket ones like Remind, Shred Soles, Super Feet, or the such. There's a lot of options out there, but for this video, we're gonna stick to Remind, Shred Soles, and Super Feet and kind of just break down what you might be looking for when you're looking at an aftermarket insole. Fuck these things. Just fuck them. So some of the problems that aftermarket insoles alleviate is back pain, knee fatigue, ankle fatigue. They just give you a better stance alignment. They allow for better power transmission from edge to edge. Overall, it just makes you a better snowboarder, and it makes a world of difference. One of the other things that footbeds do is they correct stance alignment, especially if you have pronation or supination issues, basically which way your foot rolls, whether you roll in or roll out. These will allow for you to get that natural stance alignment and really allow yourself to just have a better fit and correct some of the natural problems that our bodies have. Some people say that they do deaden the feel between the binding and the boot, but that's just the price you gotta pay unless you really want to feel every single micro vibration out there. The big thing to note about an aftermarket insole is finding the one that fits your foot shape the best. Some people have flat feet, some people have high arches, and there's everything in between. So certain ones will not work with certain foot shapes. When it comes to me using Remind, I try to find the one with the least amount of arch support to it because my foot is almost completely flat. My arches are completely collapsed from just years of snowboarding abuse and not having the right arch support in there. So with that said, when I go and look at a Remind, I just try to look at how much arch support it has. I size it, I put my foot on it, I make sure that it works, then I trim it, put it in my boot, and I know for about 5 days it's gonna feel really weird, but after that, it's gonna be solid. In a future video, I'm gonna show you guys how to do some do-it-yourself fixes to these aftermarket insoles so you can get a more custom fit. Just little tweaks that just allow you to just get a more optimal performance from them and allow you to get more out of your snowboarding. So you need to be aware that these are going to be a little more snug inside your boot. They will break in a little bit, and there is a lifespan for them. I find that I can usually get 2, maybe 2.5 seasons out of them before I need to replace them, which is okay because your foot will always change as you grow older. Your arches will collapse a little bit more, and your foot will actually start to lengthen because it's collapsing and expanding out. It's going in every direction. So these are my old ones from 3 boots ago, and as you can see, I blew the heel pocket out with the foam in there. It happens. It's like anything else, you just have to replace it at some point. Think of it like replacing the water pump on your car. It happens, you do it. It's not a regular thing, you don't need to think about it. But for 35 bucks, not a bad option. You don't just shove these right in the boot and they're good to go. Sometimes you have to trim a little bit off of them. It's fine. Just pull the stock one, trace it, cut it, These will suck up a little bit more volume. They're going to make the boot a little more snug. So if you did get a boot that was a little too big for you and loose, this is an option to kind of negate the problem you're in. I wouldn't say it's the end-all be-all, but it will make for a snugger fit. If you're thinking of getting aftermarket insoles, I can't stress enough that you should support brands like Remind and Shred Soles. If you don't have those options, Superfeet is a great standby. I've used them personally. They're all good options, but I would really stress that you support the snowboard brands because they're designing it for snowboarding. They're not designing it for skiing. They're not designing it for walking around. And whatever you do, don't buy those Dr. Scholl's memory foam relaxing foot beds. Those things don't do shit for you. You're a fucking idiot if you put those in your boots because it's not gonna help you, it actually hurts you. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you get the notifications, follow us on the social media, and if you're really cool, check out Angrysnowboarder.vip. That's who brought you this video today. If you don't understand what Angrysnowboarder.vip is, I strongly suggest you go and check it out.